What's up, everybody? Josh or Miho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Coffins entitled The Fleshland. This is released on Relapse Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Tokyo, Japan, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be an extremely volatile and earth-shattering style blending of death metal and doom. Pretty much, if you were to think of stuff like Autopsy or Asphyx or even Anatomia. Pretty much a lot of great death doom bands that begin with the letter A. um, the first time I ever heard about Coffins was a couple of years ago with their third full-length album entitled Buried Death. Now, everything about that record just screamed heavy. From the Chris Moyen artwork to the sick, heavy guitar riffs, awesome bass lines, rocking drums, guttural vocals, that album had it all. And I honestly consider it to this day the best thing that this band has ever put out. And in listening to that album, it only led me on to some of this band's earlier works, their previous two albums, Mortuary and Darkness, and The Other Side of Blasphemy. I thought both of those albums were amazing in their own right, but still, in my opinion, I think Buried Death is the quintessential Coffins record. And of course, this band's also done some really good splits with bands like Cyanide, Sour Vein, and more recently, Mark Riddick's band Macabre. They did a split with Macabre. I thought that was pretty damn awesome. And yeah, it's been about 5 years since the last Coffins record, and now they join Relapse, and we have their fourth official full length entitled The Fleshland. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 45 minutes in length. And the minute you get started on the track, Here Comes Perdition, and going on from there, you pretty much realize that this is what Coffins are best at doing. They set the mood just right with the Fleshland, and they deliver another fantastic piece of death metal mixed with some doom elements to create something just jaw-dropping and crushing. Um, Guitar-wise, it's what you would usually expect from a Coffins record, just so damn heavy. The guitar work on here is amazing. I just love the way the riffs are played, just the way everything is toned and tuned in. It just sounds awesome. Like I want to say on the track The Colossal Hole, there's some incredible riff work going on there. That's where I go back to the Autopsy influence I think this band has. Some of the riffs on there are just so evil sounding, so wicked, so tasty. It's just awesome, the kind of guitar riff work that you hear on this record. And it's pretty much like that throughout the 9 tracks on this album. The way the guitar is played, the way that it's executed, the pretty much a soul. The soul of this record, in my opinion, is the guitar work. I think it's sensational. Um, Bass-wise, I think the bass is amazing here. I really enjoy the way everything is played. It's very audible, very loud, very much prominent within this album's mix. It definitely blends in well with the guitar work. And I want to say on the tracks, The Unhallowed Tide, I think there's some incredible bass work to be heard on there. You would hear the bass just as much as you would hear the guitar. I think the bass is incredible on that one particular track, but I definitely think throughout the entire album it has a very unique dynamic to it. Um, when it comes to the drums, I really enjoyed the drum style that Coffins go for. It's slow-paced, but yet there are situations where the drums decide to speed up faster and have a bit of a more death metal meets rock and roll type of blend with just the way the drum patterns are. You get some really good double bass, some awesome drum fills, just some great drum work overall. The drums feel very natural sounding. They feel like I feel like they weren't overdone or overproduced. They have a good natural tone and quality to the drum work. You can hear every drum piece just fine. You can hear the snare, the kick, the cymbals, the tom blasts. You just hear a lot of great drum work and patterns going on with this record. And when it comes to the vocals are awesome. I'm really digging the vocal performance here. Very low, guttural, the kind of vocal style you would normally expect on a Coffins record. It's definitely delivered here. I really enjoy this guy's vocal work. Very, very guttural, but yet you can understand what he's saying and mouthing to you. Even the band's lyrical content. Of course, there's a bit of a horror theme edge when it comes to Coffins, and I think the lyrical content definitely showcases itself extremely well. Going back to songs like Here Comes Perdition and The Vacant Pale Vessel. Some really great songwriting and lyric writing going on with those particular tracks. So overall, I think this is another amazing another amazing record from the Coffins camp. I don't know if I can say I like this more than I liked Buried Death, because I still think that album is just jaw-droppingly heavy. This is just as jaw-droppingly heavy, but I don't know. It's something I'll have to think about for a while, but I still think it's an awesome record, and if you're a fan of death metal and doom, if you're a Coffins fan, you will enjoy the Fleshland, and I hope you will enjoy it as much as I did. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say, definitely Here Comes Perdition, The Colossal Hole, No Savior, Dishuman, and The Unhallowed Tide. Some really great tracks. So I'm going to leave you a link in the description box to the Bandcamp, Coffins Bandcamp, where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, be your own judge. This album is pretty much available anywhere record stores are around. Buy it from a record store, buy it from Relapse, get the vinyl, get a shirt. It's available in multiple formats, so get it however you like if you're into Death, Doom, or Coffins. So I'm going to show you the album again. This is The Fleshland by Coffins. This is released on Relapse Records. Check this out. For the time being, I'm going to give this a really strong 8.5 out of 10. Really awesome album. Coffins kick ass. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Ho out.